Okay guys, so welcome to the RC training video number 5, your last video or meeting in this sequence of training. I hope so far this has kind of been eye-opening and made you guys feel like you're more informed about what you're going to be doing during work week and recruitment, and has gotten you excited to come back to Tucson and be an RC. So I'm going to be going over preference and bid day responsibilities for being an RC now. So preference responsibilities. So on preference, you're going to meet with your P&M group in the morning at your designated meeting spot, and this is going to be the same meeting spot that you will have been meeting them throughout the week. So at this point, it's going to be really regular. Probably no questions asked where you're going to be meeting or anything. And this will be the time when P&Ms will receive their preference invitation lists, and this can be a very emotional time for women. Women are going down from a maximum of 5 chapters to 2, so some women might be very surprised at what chapter events that they've gotten back, or emotional, upset, or kind of confused and wanting to talk to you. There's honestly a very wide range of emotions on this day, and there's no way of telling really until you get to preference how women are going to react and how women are going to take the news of what chapters they've gotten back. So again, you need to know what your P&Ms are hoping for and what they're going to be devastated with, and you will have known your women at this point for almost a week now, so you're going to really know what women are going to be excited about their chapter events and what women are going to be maybe a little bit more disappointed, because you're going to have spent the week with them, so you're going to really know what they were hoping to get back. And so, kind of like you've been doing for the earlier on in the week, pass out the happy list first and then the sad list last. This is just to make sure that women who are going to be perfectly fine and excited about their preference events are going off and getting away from the meeting area and not causing any, making any woman feel uncomfortable or anything like that. So, you'll stay until all of your P&Ms have received their list and decided what steps of recruitment they will take. So at this point on preference, some of your P&Ms will want to withdraw from the process, or some will be unsure if they even want to attend their events for the day. And this is really, really, really important to really encourage them to attend their events for the day. They never know. I mean, they've only met a select few members of the chapters that they visited throughout the week, and attending their preference events could really change their mind and they could end up loving it. You really honestly never know, and you have nothing to lose at this point attending the events that you've gotten back for preference. So really, really encourage your women to attend their events for the day, no matter what events they've gotten back, because like I said, you never know what they might end up making of it. So once all of your women have gotten their events back or handed back, you are welcome to go to the chapter that you're going to be stationed at for the day. And I see here on this document there is a section that says they will have gotten their preference list Friday night at the RCP&M movie night. That is incorrect. So we will be having the RCP&M movie night, as you probably remember attending as a P&M, but they will not be receiving their lists that evening. In the past, it caused a lot of problems handing out the lists then, because women then went back to their residence hall and discussed their chapters the next day, or made women feel uncomfortable, kind of thing. So we found that it works best to hand those out the morning of. So just disregard that bullet point. And so you'll be stationed at one chapter house for the morning, and you'll get P&Ms lined up once they get there, about 7 minutes before the event begins. Earlier the better. And you'll collect the P&M bags from the women and just place them in the bag basket at your station chapter facility. And preference is a little different than throughout the events earlier in the week. Chapters have specific things that they want you to do during preference. They'll either want the P&Ms lined up in a special order, or just clustered outside the chapter facility, or maybe lined up in alphabetical order. It really depends on the chapter, and you will be getting a list of what each chapter prefers during work week, so you don't have to worry about that now. You'll know what to do when the time comes. I just wanted to give you a little heads up that chapters might want something different done than would have been done earlier on during recruitment. And then with about 5 minutes left, you'll check the order or just make sure everyone's there, or any women that have arrived, notify the chapter facility or chapter recruitment team, excuse me. And then with about 2 minutes left, there should be no talking. And then during preference, you'll stay outside because there's a lot of ritual and preference events, as you probably remember going through as a potential new member and participating in your chapter's recruitment events. So you'll stay outside and just kind of stay in the shade, relax, hang out with the other recruitment counselors, and just wait for the duration of the event to end. And then when P&Ms come outside, there will be no talking, and you'll have your P&Ms write in your books and write down kind of what we've been talking about, quality information and stuff that they really liked about the chapter based on the conversations that they had, or what they remember talking about, or what really stuck with them, emotionally in the chapter, not surface level kind of things. And then P&Ms will move on to their next chapter house, and the next group will arrive. And you'll basically repeat that throughout the duration of the day. And so this is kind of something that you're probably confused reading right now, no talking to P&Ms after preference. So this was put into place a couple of years ago because there was a lot of issues with potentially new members and recruitment counselors getting together and talking after preference, and maybe recruitment counselors swaying P&Ms and to go a certain chapter or to join a certain chapter. And maybe not even intentionally. Maybe it wasn't ever the recruitment counselor's intentions to sway P&Ms a certain way. But at this point, your P&Ms are going to trust you so much and really put so much faith in your opinions and what you think. And so we really want women to choose chapters based on what they think and what they really enjoyed in each chapter, and where they can see themselves joining for lifelong membership. So after potential new members go to their recruitment events for the day, they are not going to be allowed to talk to you to help them decide. However, when they go to vote or place their preferences for bid day, they'll be able to talk to alumni and FSP staff who are very, very experienced in recruitment and helping women, and they will be more than happy to talk to your potential new members and really encourage your P&Ms to talk to these women and talk to these alumni and staff when they are making their decisions that they need the help, because they are very helpful, and just like us, they were in sororities at one point, so they will be more than happy to help your potential new members make their decision. But you, unfortunately, will not be able to help them or give them any advice after recruitment. After their preference events for the day. And during this time when the potential new members are going to be voting for preference, we're going to be having like a little RC get together in the union, and all of us will be in one room, and so we won't be distracted and trying to talk to our P&Ms, and our P&Ms won't be able to reach us because we'll be hanging out together in the union. And so I wanted to go over this kind of like fact or survey that I found, because I found it kind of sad, and it kind of like disappointed me and really brought to my attention the importance of you guys as an RC and you guys, your role throughout the week. And so the survey was about the values that P&Ms are looking for in a sorority prior to recruitment. And then it also asked about what values they see in themselves and how they see themselves and their kind of self-esteem kind of thing. And this survey wasn't conducted on our campus, but it was conducted on a campus that has a very similar formalized recruitment process that we have on our campus here. And so the results showed that 30% of women liked themselves less or felt worse about themselves after recruitment. And I found that to be very sad, that women who participate in our formalized recruitment processes feel worse about themselves and have low self-esteem after going through our process. And it's really important, your job as an RC, to kind of remind your women and make your women feel as if by joining a sorority on our campus, they will be able to better themselves and become leaders, chapter leaders, or leaders in the community. And really, by joining a sorority, they're able to really better themselves and also be a great asset and a great contribution to our community. And I think sometimes when women participate in formal recruitment and recruit for their chapter, it's never their intention to make women feel this way and make women feel uncomfortable, especially, as you probably remember going through or participating in a recruitment on your chapter side, how excited you were to meet women and welcome women into your sisterhood and find your littles or your grand littles and stuff like that. So I don't think it's ever any of our intention to make women feel this way, but unfortunately, due to the nature of this process, sometimes women end up feeling self-conscious or end up having low self-esteem and stuff like that. So just it's really important to remind your women how great being in a sorority can be and how joining our community, we want women to join our community and we want these potential new members to be our future sisters and stuff like that. And all of you guys were chosen as RCs because I really feel like you are an amazing representation of Greek life on our campus. You guys are all incredible leaders and sisters, and your chapters really felt that way when you guys applied to be RCs, and I really feel that way. That's why I chose you to be a recruitment counselor. So just really using yourself as an example to really comfort these women and feel like joining a sorority, they can better themselves. So I just wanted to bring that up to kind of touch on that, especially going to preference. It's really important to remind women, not after they go to their chapters because you can't talk to them, but before in your maybe morning meeting that this is a really incredible process. And I know that sometimes women can feel lost in the process, and if they are, just really comforting them and reminding them maybe individually that even though recruitment is kind of crazy, at the end, the result is lifelong membership in a chapter. So Friday is the day off from recruitment, and this is, I believe, the 22nd, and this is the day before preference, and this is because freshmen attend a mandatory freshman orientation, the UA Clicks, and so this will be a day off for you guys in the early afternoon and the morning to kind of relax and maybe catch on sleep, a pool day, or whatever you guys really want to do. I'm just going to ask that you guys don't come to campus and get involved with the PNMs, going to their orientations and stuff like that. And I'm also going to ask that you don't go to your house that you're going to be living in next year, just because a lot of you guys are going to be living with your fellow chapter members, and I don't want you guys talking about recruitment or discussing anything like that, breaking disassociation. So you are more than welcome to do anything Friday morning and early afternoon, as long as you aren't on campus or at your house. We will also be having an activity with the PNMs in the evening in order to avoid those risk management issues that I touched on earlier, especially with the men being in or recruiting the same week as us. And so it'll be an RC PNM movie night out on the mall, and so you guys will all attend that with your PNMs, and at this point you'll probably become quite good friends with a few of your, or all of your PNMs, and so it's really a fun evening where you get to hang out with them and hang out with them other than recruitment, you know what I mean, just kind of get to know them, and it's really a fun time. So that's Friday evening. And then bid day responsibilities. So if you have any PNMs who did not receive bids, you will be probably woken up early in the morning by me. I will call you and just let you know that one of your women or some of your women didn't receive bids. And so you will call them and just let them know that that woman did not receive a bid, and just really comfort her and remind her that it doesn't have anything to do with her as a woman or anything like that. It's just kind of sometimes it's just the way things work out, and really encouraging her to keep in contact with you, anything like that. And if you feel uncomfortable making this phone call, or you feel like you, like I said, won't be comfortable calling this woman, by all means make sure to let me know and I can make that phone call for you. It's not a problem. Also, I want to just let you guys know that the chance of you having to call one of your women is very, very low. The chances of women not receiving bids is very, very low throughout this process. And if women do not receive bids, it's probably, or if women do not join chapters at the end of this process, it's probably because they chose to withdraw earlier on in the week and not stick it out to the end. But like with all things in life, there's always a low chance that a woman might not receive a bid, and so if she doesn't, you'll just be making this phone call. But I don't want you to be worried throughout the entire week that you're going to have to wake up and call all of your PNMs and let them know that they didn't receive bids. Like, don't worry about it at all. It's a very, very low chance of occurring, but I just wanted to bring that up to you now so you're aware of it. And then we'll check out of the hotel and bring all of our things all of our things to campus, just so you aren't having to run back to the hotel at the end of the day and get your things. It's just easier to bring everything to campus. And then you'll hand out your bids to your new members, and they won't get to open them. They'll have to like hold them, and then you get to basically do probably the funnest part of being an RC, revealing your affiliation. I know for me that was one of the most exciting parts. So we'll all go up on stage and reveal our affiliation, and then your women will be able to open their bids, and then this is when really your role as a counselor will come in. So you'll really have a mixed range of emotions on this day, and you won't know what bids your women have been given until they open them. So this is when you'll really just kind of have to get a feel for how your women are feeling. Some might be ecstatic with what chapter they've been offered a bid to, and some women might be a little upset or confused or not happy, and this is when your role really comes in as a counselor, and just reminding her that, hey, like, try it out, go to bid day, you have nothing to lose really by seeing what this chapter has to offer, and just really encouraging her to attend bid day, or giving her advice, your personal advice, your personal story, or what your recruitment process was like, and just comforting her, making sure that all of your women feel comfortable with whatever they decide to do at the end of bid day or at the end of recruitment. Just making sure that all of your women are really sure about what they choose to do, if it means attending bid day or attending to withdraw and not accept their bid. But like I said, it's really important to encourage all of your women to attend bid day, because more often than not, all of the women who attend bid day end up loving it and falling in love and staying in their chapter for the next 4 years. So I'm just really encouraging them to attend bid day. And then P&Ms will be released in waves to their new chapters, and they'll leave on buses to the bid day locations, and they'll be released in waves, kind of like I discussed a little earlier. So you'll just stay behind with all your P&Ms until they've been released to their new chapter bid day buses. And then you'll check out with me on Panhellenic, and then you'll get to attend your individual bid day. And so that's basically, after that point, is the extent of your job for recruitment. It goes by really fast. So on bid day, you get the joy of attending your own chapter's bid day and kind of celebrating with everyone, and celebrating your week as an RC and the week of recruitment. And so I also want to discuss your responsibilities after recruitment. So although your physical job of being a recruitment counselor ends on bid day, your relationships with your P&Ms doesn't. So it's really important to check up with your women all throughout the semester, asking them, how can I support you? A lot of women go through recruitment as freshmen, so this is their first semester as a college student, especially most women are coming from out of state, and it's kind of funny to think that women who go through recruitment as a freshman, on bid day, they haven't even attended a day of college. So I'm just giving them support, helping them to network within their chapter or at the U of A, just following up with them and seeing how they are doing and how they're enjoying their chapter, and if they need anything from you, or if they need any advice from you as their recruitment counselor. I mean, they'll look up to you throughout the entire week. They'll absolutely love you and think that you're just the greatest person on the planet, and that certainly doesn't end after recruitment, and you don't want it to be that your relationship ends on bid day. So just really checking up with them, and you'll see them everywhere, sometimes in the most inappropriate places, but you will literally see them everywhere. But that's part of the fun of it. And then it's also really important to support women who did not receive bids or choose to withdraw from the process, because more than likely they'll come back next year and go through recruitment, and who knows, maybe even join your chapter. And so it's just really important to keep up those relationships with those women, and just really be a great role model and even friend to them. Encourage them to join clubs and organizations that you're a part of on campus, or maybe that you really enjoyed joining as a freshman, getting them involved. I mean, there's some amazing things to get involved with on our campus outside of Greek life, and if you have any suggestions or things for them to get involved with, by all means, make sure to follow up with them and make sure that they feel that even though they didn't join a sorority, they can still be your friend and you can still have that relationship with them. And so just some reminders ending all of our training videos. Makeup meetings, that doesn't apply to us. Don't attend anything related to recruitment. I think I've covered that pretty thoroughly throughout this video, but just make sure not to attend anything or discuss anything with the women in your chapter. If you have positions in your chapter, not discussing anything related to your position in recruitment. Social media disassociation, so use those guidelines I covered in the last section of the video to make sure that you are disassociated. Look for an email with your next RC date. That doesn't apply to us. So work week starts August 10th, so I'm going to ask you guys to please be in Tucson by August 9th. And I just want to put this out here now that the RC alcohol drug-free period begins on August 10th, so the first day of work week. I know a lot of chapters have different policies on this during recruitment and work week, and some women are allowed to go out during work week, but I'm going to ask you guys to please not. We're going to have a lot of busy things to do. I want you guys to remain focused, and this is just a Panhellenic policy. It's not anything that I personally made. It's just something that's always been enforced for recruitment counselors. And then a work week look ahead, so chapter presentations. So part of being an RC really is Panhellenic love. You are going to hopefully be able to see yourself as a member of every chapter on campus at the end of this experience. I know I certainly did. And so I'm going to ask you guys during work week to stand up with the women in your chapter who are also recruitment counselors and kind of talk about what it means to you to be in your chapter and maybe why you joined your chapter, or a funny ritual you got, not ritual, but a funny tradition that you guys have, or a sisterhood event that you really enjoyed, or I don't know, your philanthropy events that you do, just what it means to be in your chapter to you and what you really like about it and what you've really taken away from it. And my hope is that by having these presentations and having you guys present to all the other fellow RCs, that you guys will be able to feel like you can be a member of every chapter on this campus. And this will really help you as an RC as you're counseling a potential new member and she's like, I can't decide between alpha, alpha, alpha and beta, beta, beta. Well, you will by personal experience be able to say, well, they have Alpha 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 has an amazing sisterhood. I personally know women from this chapter. They are great, 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 or they do this, this, this. You know, you'll be able to really speak from experience or speak from knowing women who are RCs who are in those chapters and really help your potential new members. And that's what I really hope that you guys can take away from all of these trainings, and especially during our work week trainings, you'll be able to feel like you can confidently help a potential new member choose chapters that she really sees herself in and she really feels comfortable in. So those are the end of our trainings, all 5 of them, right? Yes. So those are the end of our trainings, all 5 of them. I hope that you've survived by now and you are feeling more confident and more and feel like you know more about what your role as an RC is going to entail. So yeah, just make sure to be in Tucson by August 10th. I know that Alex, you have contacted me about circumstances in work week, and I will make sure to mark you down for that. But yes, just make sure leading up to August 10th that you're disassociating your social media and aren't contacting anyone in your chapter regarding recruitment. And other than that, I'm really excited to have you guys in Tucson and to see you all and to get started with work week and RC training and everything like that and recruitment. And I really hope that leading up to this, you're excited about everything and you're really looking forward to your job. Like I said, I chose you guys because I know you're going to be incredible recruitment counselors and you're going to really bring a lot to this, to the recruitment counselor group that we already have. And so I'm really excited for you guys, and I'm excited to have you guys, and I hope these videos were helpful. And if you have any questions about any of the information that we've covered, set 1, set 2, set 3, and preference and bid day, please, please, please email me or text me, and I will be more than happy to go over that information with you. I know that we had a lot of questions in the meetings that we had, so don't feel like you're the only one who has questions, by no means. And I'm more than happy and more than willing to answer those questions for you guys and make sure that you are as prepared as you can be going into work week and recruitment. So that's all I have for you guys. Have a great rest of your summer, and I'll see you in August. Bye.